All right, guys, we're live. We're here, and we're at the Mascot Hall of Fame in Whiting, Indiana, hometown where I'm from. I did a lot of traveling the past 3 to 4 months to bring the show back here. It's pretty cool for the first episode. Today we're doing the Super Bowl episode. Every episode is sponsored by Riz Pharma. Go to their Instagram at Riz Pharma. Go follow them. Show them support. Look into what they represent, who they represent, the people that are involved. You got people like Bob Menry, head people that are really involved in media space. But the biggest thing for Riz Pharma is the people behind it are all great people, and they look out for us in the show. So go follow Riz Pharma and go to www.rizpharma.com, and you could check out what they have: hair loss product, erectile dysfunction, diabetes medicine. The list goes on. Just go look at it and all the things they do. They're amazing. We're going to get right into it. Me and Dillon are going to talk about Super Bowl. Chiefs versus the San Francisco 49ers. It's going to be a game. Brock Purdy's about to get tested on the big stage. I'm excited. Dillon, how you feeling about the game?
I don't know, man. I just think Patrick Mahomes is making his legacy. He's going to be going for another Super Bowl. I think if he catches Tom Brady in Super Bowls, he will be the GOAT. He's the best quarterback we've seen in a while. You got Patrick Mahomes. I just think the way he plays football is gritty, and he's just going to keep winning Super Bowls, even if he doesn't have the supporting cast around him. He's still got Travis Kelce. I don't believe he'll be here much longer, but they're going to have to get him a couple of receivers to keep it going after this year. But I think Patrick Mahomes takes the Super Bowl for the Kansas City Chiefs again.
People will always going to have that. That's like that Michael Jordan, LeBron debate in terms of football. It's like they're two different players at the end of the day. MJ's my GOAT. Someone else is going to think LeBron's the GOAT. Patrick Mahomes isn't even at that debate yet, but it's getting there. I'm not a fan of him, but I speak wise facts. I'm unbiased, and that's why I started a podcast, a sports podcast. Patrick Mahomes shows me every tool it takes to go out there, win the big game, have a successful season. And honestly, if you look at some of the talent around him this year, it's nowhere where it used to be. No Tyreek Hill. His wide receivers dropping passes late in games, costing him games. Having to go on the road in Baltimore against a great, in my opinion, one of the top two best defenses in the NFL. Go in there, play the game he did. He's solidifying what it means to be great. So he's on pace to be in that conversation like we do with LeBron and Michael Jordan. So everybody's going to look at it from a different perspective. What Tom did is truly unbelievable. 7 Super Bowls, and to go win one with a different team, that really is going to be the toss-up and the debate forever. There always is when there's a debate. But getting into the Super Bowl, Dillon, we're going to do coin toss. What are you rolling with, heads or tails? It's both minus 105, I think. So there's no juice.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go heads just because I don't like the tails never fails. I mean, it's a 50-50 shot. I mean, I'm going with heads.
He likes head. He does.
Hell yeah.
No, if I pick, I go heads too. I feel like the public's going to be all over tails, and then they'll find a way to fix it. So give me heads. And what are we doing? First touchdown. Who do you think gets into the end zone first? Chiefs player, San Fran player? Who's getting in the end zone?
I think Jerick McKinnon. I think they're going to try and force feed him in because last year he slid short of the goal line when he could have just ran in for a touchdown and ended the game, but he ended the game that way. Real team player. I think they try and get him in the end zone this year.
I love that pick. I think that's pretty cool. But at the same time, I think it comes down to a team standpoint. I think that the Chiefs are going to have that trailing story where they come back. I think that's like part of the Mahomes brings his team back in the Super Bowl type of deal. So I think that the 49ers come out and make a statement like, we're here to play. I think even if San Fran wins the coin toss, they ask for the ball. I truly think that happens. I think they give Brock Purdy they've been running the same game plan. They run a scheme all the way from high school to the NFL level. You run the walkthrough all week. We're going to go out there and make these plays and go score a touchdown. If I had to pick somebody off San Fran that I feel really, really comfortable with, it's Kyle Juszczyk. You're thinking, who is Kyle Juszczyk? That's the key to this whole bet. The public's all over Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, Brandon Ayuk, all these head names. Take Kyle Juszczyk, number 44. Big, beefy boy. He's going to get in the end zone. First touchdown, spike.
Well, I think if you're going to bet Juszczyk to score that first touchdown, you might want to sprinkle a little bit on the Juszczyk for MVP. It's like plus 75,000. I mean, it's worth a shot.
Yeah,
sprinkle $10 will pay you $7,500.
That's the degenerate in Dillon right there. But yeah, I mean, it's not bad. Take both of our picks because that's juice. Like, the odds are crazy. If you throw $10 either way, you got a chance at the both teams hitting. I really want to get into some player props. Who do you think has big games? Wide receiver, running back. Who's the difference maker in this game? It's obviously Patrick Mahomes, but outside of him, another X factor when it comes to crunch time and big plays.
Well, I think Jerick McKinnon's going to have a decent game. I mean, he's a really good receiver out of the backfield. I mean, you also got Isaiah Pacheco. I think he'll get 50 or 60 yards in the rush game. And I think Travis Kelce has to have a big game for them to win. And I think he will. Maybe 2 touchdowns.
I agree. I think one of the underlooked things people are failing to realize is how good San Fran's defense is. You know, picking up Chase Young is like that. That still really isn't talked about enough. And
I don't think Chase Young's going to play. They're saying he's going to get benched.
Oh my God! Even still, though, I mean, you look at their defensive production. Fred Warner is a monster. He's one of my favorite football players. He's a great human. That's part of the reason why I love Fred Warner. Outside of football, he does some great things. You look at the defense. The Chiefs' defense has stepped up. Spags has them boys flying around, playing aggressive football. He's always sending people. Brock Purdy's going to feel the pressure from the start to the finish of that game. So if San Fran does not establish the run early, it will be a long, long night for Brock Purdy. With that being said, it's like, who do I think has a breakout game? Honestly, there's going to be checkdowns, so you get the ball out to Deebo Samuel. He's got to make plays. You can't run a halfback draw and expect Christian McCaffrey to pick up 20 yards, 15 yards every single play because, like I said, Spagnuolo sends a blitz package every play. They're going to be filling the holes. The edges are going to be hot. So counters, screens, you name it. Get the ball out quick. That's the game plan for San Fran. So Deebo Samuel, take his yards. If you could do rushing and receiving together, take that. I also think that George Kittle, big game. He loves the moment. He's not nervous in the sense he just goes out there and plays football. That's who George Kittle is. Give me Justin Watson over on receiving yards. I don't care what it's at. He just needs one catch. Patrick Mahomes always throws the ball at least 20 yards away. So that's the 20. It's probably at like 16.5 right now. Take Justin Watson over on receiving yards. Give me Isaiah Pacheco over on rushing yards. Anything else, Dillon, on that portion?
I did see a couple things that I liked a lot. I don't know, man. I think Kadarius Toney's at like 14.5. I mean, he may get the ball. Who knows? But he hasn't played much lately. But yeah, and also Martez Valdez-Scantling. If he makes a catch, it's usually 40 yards down the field, so I'd take his over. One big play, and that is going to cash. And then I got Mahomes over 300 yards passing. I think Brock Purdy has a bad game. I wouldn't go over 225 on his passing. He's going to have to pass the ball to get back in the game, in my opinion. And I just think Patrick Mahomes is the better quarterback, and the quarterback play is going to win this football game.
I love it. Getting into the touchdown scores, we did the first. Obviously, you're going to sprinkle that guy to score anytime. Jared McKinnon, Kyle Juszczyk, I take them anytime because if you're going to put them in for first, you got to put them in anytime. That's my rule. I always live by it. But outside of that, give me George Kittle plus 185 to score once. Give me Justin Watson to score plus 650. And then this is a real scary bet. This is like a bet, but give me Brock Purdy to run one in. Why not? The pressure is going to be coming if he could find his way outside the pocket when they're on the 5, walk in for a touchdown. But looking into the game, Dillon, who do you take and why?
I just think I take the Chiefs just because I think quarterback play is going to be the big point in this game. Brock Purdy has been really bad in the beginning of games in the playoffs. He's had a couple of really good game-winning drives, but I think he's going to have to do a lot more than just have one good drive to win this football game. And I think Patrick Mahomes is just Patrick Mahomes. He's just the best quarterback in the league right now. And I don't think there's an argument on that because he's got no weapons besides Kelsey. I mean, he's got Pacheco, but that's a running back. I wouldn't really even count that as a weapon. I mean, he does get them into the pass game, but obviously there's been a lot of drops in that receiving core, and the only guy you could really rely on in that core is Travis Kelsey. And I just think they win that football game because Mahomes to Kelsey.
So, what goes into me making this pick is very simple. I was watching a video today at the media presser for the Super Bowl, and my guys from Bussin' with the Boys, Taylor and Will Compton, asked George Kittle a question. He replies, "It's always about the boys. Give me the 49ers plus chicken, Super Bowl, big game, Brock Purdy's statement." I think that this is where Kyle Shanahan gets it done. They get the revenge from 2019, and San Fran walks out with a Super Bowl. And this is why we have two people on a show. He doesn't say wants the Chiefs wins. He's taking the Chiefs. Give me San Fran plus 2.5 at 2 units, and then give me San Fran money line at a unit. This could come down to a field goal game, but I really think that San Fran pulls away. Probably late, maybe get a win by 10.
San Fran is -2, Zach. Kansas City is actually the dog in this football game.
No shit. Okay. Well, I'm not getting plus chicken, but I'm still taking San Fran.
I'm going to get that plus 110 all day.
That's right. The Chiefs are in plus money because I seen the thing is, what's their record when they're plus in the playoffs? They're like 9-0 when they're plus money in the playoffs. So maybe take Dillon's logic. He has probably a better hit rate than me when it comes to gambling. So his knowledge is probably better.
I'm for the dogs.
For the dogs. I mean, dude, my biggest thing is like I'm gonna take the team, the players I like. I've always lived that way. When it comes to like college basketball, I also have very, very knowledgeable picks, but NFL, college football, I'm taking Notre Dame for fucking $500 every weekend because I'm a sick degenerate. I think this show is going to be more than just picks and gambling. I think it's going to grow into something bigger than itself. We want this show to be fun. We want to travel and do it. I want to be able to pull up to a Notre Dame game on a Saturday, have students or players jump on our podcast and sit down with us and actually have a good time. That's what I want Zach's Almanac to be. I want it to be more than just a podcast. I want it to be let's go travel the country and go to College Game Day and all across the board, pull up to Bear Stadium on a Sunday when everyone's tanked, have drunk people sit down with us and just shoot the shit on the show. It's cool. And I think we could do that with you guys. So, follow us, stay in tune with the show. Come along and be a part of the journey. It's early in it. It's the first episode. And when I say that, I guarantee you this show is going to be massive. It will be. I'm behind it. I got some big people coming on the show. They're going to be behind it. There's things that me and Dillon are going to do behind the scenes, pouring money into it. Having people pour money into it. These people believe in us for a reason. They see our vision the same way that I see it. I think that the biggest thing to realize about life is, taking chances, and especially with your friends. Dillon's obviously my cousin, but he's also my best friend. We grew up together. Taking a step outside your comfort zone and really chasing your dreams is huge. We both work jobs, and we're finding time to make this content. We got Danny behind the camera. Danny, what's your media page? DGMC, Instagram, Facebook, all of that. Seriously, the best person to have at any of your events. He's a people pleaser. He's super well mannered, professional. He came and did this for me as a favor, as a friend. He's one of my best friends. So go check him out, DGMC, on Instagram, Facebook. Leave him a like. Go check him out. Book him for your weddings. He does everything. He's got the best cameras, the best setup you could think of. So having him is huge right now for the Super Bowl episode. I want to pick your brain a little bit, Dillon. We're shooting this episode. If Brock Purdy finds a way to win the game, is he still a game manager or is he a legit quarterback?
I mean, it just depends on how he does it. If he dominates the whole game and they beat the Chiefs handily, then I'll give it to him. But if it's a close game and it's a Christian McCaffrey show and Brock Purdy really doesn't have a good drive until the end of the game, I would still consider him a game manager, but he's a great game manager. Don't get me wrong, but he's not obviously no Josh Allen, no Patrick Mahomes. Honestly, I feel Josh Allen is really overrated as a quarterback. I know we're going out of line there, but yeah, but I just think Brock Purdy he's a top, right now I'd say he's a top 10 quarterback, even though he's a game manager, but he took his team to the Super Bowl, so you can't knock him.
I like that. I think that is very on the head. You know, you come out, you show us that you're elite. You throw for 250 and 3, or even honestly just make the right plays, dude. But you got to have the numbers to tag along and say that you're a great quarterback. I'm still on the edge of game manager. You got to look at the system he's put into. You could put, and people are going to dog me for making this comparison, but you throw Justin Fields on this system, I think he's better. I think San Fran's better as a team. Justin Fields is more athletic. He's faster. He's got that more grit. So you got to show me, Brock Purdy, that you're more than just the guy that's going to dump it off to Christian McCaffrey and Deebo Samuel and let them run around the field. Do I believe he can do it? Absolutely. You could do anything. Just takes dedication. He's in a good system. Kyle Shanahan's a great coach. He's setting him up to be successful in the league. I think that's important. But yeah, who do you think next year is going to be someone to look out for team-wise that people are sleeping on?
I think I know I'm a Bears fan, but I don't know. I think Justin Fields is gone the way I've been hearing in the media. I'm obviously wearing a Justin Fields jersey right now, but in my opinion, if you're not going to trade that number 1 pick, you're going to have to take Caleb Williams. And if you are trading that number 1 pick, you have to go out and get that number 3 pick as Marvin Harrison, or number 2 pick is Marvin Harrison Jr., and get a haul for that. Just because I think Justin Fields can be that guy. But I think what I'm hearing now is Caleb Williams is going to be a Chicago Bear, which I don't hate. But I'm going to trust in my GM, and I'm saying the Bears, regardless if they have Caleb Williams or Justin Fields, they can make the jump like the Lions did this year. I just think, obviously we got a new offensive coordinator, Shane Waldron, and I think he can take Caleb Williams or Justin Fields and make them great. And think, especially if we go out and get if we get Caleb Williams and then we get Oduzze or Malik Neighbors with that 8th pick. But go Bears.
I'm texting Bob Menry right now. Fran or Chiefs. We're going to get a live pick from Bob Menry on the show. Hopefully he gives us a good pick. We'll see right now. I'll send the clip to Danny to throw in the edit. Bob Menery is the most epic person in my contact list. This dude is great. Follow Bob Menery on all social media platforms. That dude is easily the best person I follow. Let's see what he says. He's in Vegas for the Super Bowl. Everyone's out there having a good time. So, if I were to say like a team that I see potential growing into next year, dude, honestly, the Packers are scary, dude. And I hate to say it because I'm a Colts fan. I'll live and die a Colts fan, but man, Jordan Love looks so good. And it's really just due to the fact that they let him develop as a player and a quarterback. Letting him sit behind Rodgers those years he did. Now he's going to come out. I think they have a chance of winning the North. I mean, I think Justin Jefferson needs out of the North too also, but I think Joe Burrow will have a bounce back year. Healthy Joe Burrow's a scary Joe Shiesty. Like I said, guys, this show is going to be all over the place. We're going to be traveling, doing stuff, and bringing you guys along with us. This episode is super special to me. We're 20 minutes in. I'm trying to get 30 minutes out of this show. I'm really happy that we're here. The Mascot Hall of Fame in Whiting, guys. If you guys have kids, or even if you're our age, like this place is dope, bro. Like just even to come see like the museum upstairs, they have sports articles, jerseys, plaques, literally you name it. I'll put some footage of the Mascot Hall of Fame into this episode to show you guys. Super cool location. I'm super happy they allowed us to do this, and you guys need to come show them support in business for letting us do this. Anything for NBA? I know we're episode 2 will be NBA college basketball, but anything NBA wise, you think a team, or let's do division winners and then championship prediction.
First off, let's get that Super Bowl MVP in there. I'm going to take Travis Kelce. I don't know. If Patrick Mahomes throws for 300 yards, he's obviously going to get it. But I think 150 yards, 2 touchdowns for Travis Kelce will get it for him.
Damn. You do Super Bowl MVP? Yep. Man, dude, that's such a hard pick. Obviously I took San Fran, so I got to pick a San Fran player. Can you bet? No. Can you bet on offensive lineman?
No.
This is the only Notre Dame player that's an offensive lineman.
Offensive lineman scored 2 touchdowns or some shit.
Yeah, right.
NFL really trying to rig it that way, huh?
Yeah, no shit. I guess the safe bet would be to be Christian McCaffrey, since I'm taking the Niners. But the degeneracy in me, just Kyle Juszczyk. Was it plus 85,000?
75, I think. I'll double check.
Don't matter. That's enough juice for me.
So right now we got Juszczyk at plus 70,000. So $10 pays $7,000. If y'all are willing to throw that down, I mean, it could happen. You never know. He could score 2 touchdowns and be the only 2 touchdowns on his team and win 20-17. Could be a possibility.
Yeah, who knows? Dude, those little sneaky rub routes they run where it's like they do the fake handoff, fullback slips off, little touch pass.
You can actually bet on offensive lineman. Trent Williams is plus 75,000.
That's never happened, right?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
Game-winning block by Trent Williams. He's the Super Bowl MVP. Trent, where are you going? I'm going to Disney World.
I want to talk about something cool, too, is like, talk about Christian McCaffrey, bro. The adversity that man has faced throughout his career. And then obviously going to San Fran and just going on an absolute tear. He's a demon. Putting respect on all white boys' names across the country, dude. You know how good it is to see a fast white guy for once? Like, damn, we could do that too? Like, what?
Not anymore. I'm a little washed. I just play slow pitch softball.
Dude, if I ran a 40, I would have a heart attack. 100%. But no, Christian McCaffrey comeback is crazy. Another comeback player this year was Baker, dude. Talk about it. Like,
shout out to my boy Enrique Zamora. He's the biggest Baker Mayfield dick rider I know, and he's begging for that comeback player of the year. But I still think they're going to give it to Damar Hamlin. We'll see tonight because that award show is tonight.
Dick riding isn't in the factor because he's always liked Baker, and he has a right to, and he has an argument now because Baker came out bald this year.
Yeah, but in my opinion, it was a great year for Baker. But I just think it was a overachieving year for Baker Mayfield. But he is going to get a bag.
I'm gonna throw this out here for anyone local in the region. You want to sponsor the show? Reach out to me via Instagram at the Zach Spencer Show. Obviously, money talks or product talks. Reach out to me. We'll work a deal out where it makes sense for both parties. I got a pretty big company already working with us, so if you could see them believing us, I think you should believe in us. I'm looking for nutrition, any type of drink to have on the show. This is from Grindhouse. I'll throw them a plug on this episode. Shout out to Val Christek, made a fire ass. I call it a cappuccino. Amazing. Grindhouse is a great place to grab some food too. So yeah, reach out to me. I want to have a drink on the show at all times for the both of us. Some type of energy or coffee drink. So anyone in the Northwest Indiana area that wants to sponsor the show, hit me. I think we're gonna wrap it up here. I want to say thank you guys for tuning in. As always, it's Dillon and Zach, the host of Zach's Almanac Sports Show. Before we end the episode, though, me and Dillon are gonna have a shoot off and play a quick game of Ho on these rims.
Right.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Yep.